And it's just, okay, now, when you're not ready, it's like, wait, is it now? Is it now? Is it now? Okay, so anyway, we are going to be showing off some books, which I actually got from Eric yesterday. Did quite a bit of a road trip out to you. Got lost. That was fun. In the corn. At one point in time, there was a big field of corn on either side of me and in front of me. And I couldn't figure out how that was, but it was like, I don't know if you've ever been on a water flume where they show you something in front to distract you and then you do the big drop. That's how it was. It's like I was looking at a freaking field, and the way the road worked, the perspective had me just surrounded by corn. But as I went closer, the road kind of did a hill. And the weird thing was, this back road that I took kept going down fucking hill. I'm like, literally, the pit of hell is in Indiana or Ohio, wherever I was at the time. It was ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. I actually got scared enough. I called Eric first, and then I called my wife. I'm trying to find a marker, and I did. It was a lot of fun though. But when we got together, everything was cool. I got a lot of books to show off. Some I'm questioning, like, am I going to show off all of the comics as well as the books? But yeah. First thing though, these are comics that I ordered last week, the $5 big doggy types. And Maranya's like, get to the books already. We've been here for a minute and a half. Alrighty, this one I'm putting up on the wall because I've got the first appearance with the Justice League, the two books, but this is Freedom Fighters #1. I'm gonna do this right here. I like this book, and I've always liked this cover, but I figure, get a long frame, it'll look great on the wall. Next up, some Lois Lane action. Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane. We just did. Oh no, we're going to be doing covers for that. We did a poll in Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane 1. Next up, some Haunted Tank with GI Combat. This issue 174. And then have some adventure comics with checkerboards. Alrighty. I think I had a crappy copy of this or something. This is 356. Anytime I see Baby Superman or Baby Legionnaire or whatever, hey, yo, what's up? I'm going to go. Now, this is actually a Legion of Superheroes key issue. This is issue number 352. And you can see them holding pictures there as they go out on their particular missions. And that sign right there, Fatal 5. This is the very first appearance of the Fatal 5. Yeah. And we have issue number 357. And we have issue number 351, iconic Legionnaire cover. And also an iconic Legion book is issue number 340, but not so much when it's autographed by Doug. Yeah. Then got some adventure comics. Here's issue number 421 with Supergirl. I'll tell you what, Eric, anytime I can get the Supergirls, that is a rule of life. Infamous. Yeah, this is the infamous Doug copy. Yeah. Maybe that's what I should. It worked for the Angry Girlfriend. Here's issue number 420. And issue number 418. And we have issue number 384.
Do you know what this? Do you know what the story of that is?
I do not.
That's a girl pretending to be a boy. If the modern comic book fans got a hold of that, they would just poop themselves with rage.
That dude right there is a chick.
Yeah, because the planet devalues women, so in order to be a hero, she had to pretend to be a boy.
Alrighty. Your electronic date matcher worked Superman. It picked the perfect boy for me. Perfect boy being in bold letters, which I guess if that's the big twist, now you know why. Yeah. All right. Next up, Wonder Woman 245. And something called Strange. This is CDC. And this is Strange Suspense Stories number 74. Anytime I could get these not Marvel or DC sci-fi, horror, war, This is Dell and its Air War Stories, Kamikaze, the Divine Wind of Desperation. That is kind of cool. Next up, another title I will always get if I can. I put down a lot of bids, and sometimes I can get a handful, but mostly it's just like now where I'll get one. This is issue number 63 of Ghosts. I like that cover, man. And finally, Gold Key. I don't have the number on this yet, but it's Magnus Robot Fighter. Another title I've been trying to get a lot more of. Trying to grab some of those the Gold Key Valiant types. But they are rough. Last night I was in a bidding war with some Dr. Solar. But they went big. All right, so where should we start here? Some of these are going to be in the auction. I'm going through them. I'm kind of I put up a pile. These are the ones I want to keep. These are the ones that I'm going to put in the auction. But in all honesty, I'm going to go over them again. I don't want to be greedy about anything or anything like that. So, it may have been autographed by Doug Ernst. I think that he would have chosen something different than
there'd have been a pizza stain next to the Doug if it had been him.
Yeah, that's true. All righty, something you mentioned this, and this is what it looks like on the inside. That's the art. It's kind of very manga-ish. It's called
Adam Warren's a manga artist.
Okay, it's called Empowered, and we have. I might sell this as a set because I don't want to get stuck with like issue number 5. But we have Empowered number 2. Here is issue number 3. And number 4. And, well, actually, 5 looks pretty good. Thank you very much. But point being is, if you got a set, sell them as a set. Otherwise, you can...
I think there were more than 5, but...
Oh, yeah, there. I'm just showing off the art. Yeah. And... Yep, here's issue number 6. And the next ones are still in the shrink wrap. I don't know if it was done by the factory. It might have been done by whatever comic book world, I guess. Yeah. But here's issue number 7. And issue number 8. So we have 1 through 8 of Empowered. There we go. Hey, KRENIZ, what's up? How you doing, man? Okay, and these are library copies, but holy hell, if I didn't have the omnibus, I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is so fucking cool, Eric. Seriously, I did that to a couple of books. I had to mention it yesterday. Damn, Eric, you gave me some cool shit. Thank you very much. These are library copies.
Time.
Say again?
It's Wonder Woman time.
Yes, not just Wonder Woman. But we've got the Emma Peel mod Wonder Woman here. There you go. That's volume 1. And here is volume 2.
Yeah,
you knew because I mentioned the library copies, right? Say again?
Yeah, 2 of the 4 are library copies. I think 2 of them might have just been ones I found.
Oh, yeah. Okay. This isn't a library copy. Yeah.
But
well, they're still in good shape, but the library copies.
The same as you, so I figured. Because I meant to take those out a year ago when I got the omnibus. I guess I forgot.
Okay. I mean, these are cool. Yeah, if you sent before I got it, I definitely would have had these on my shelf. This is such a fun era. But yeah, this is not a library copy, and neither is volume 2. And then we have volume 3 and volume 4. So it's a full set. It's pretty cool. All righty, but yeah, I saw it. I was like, holy shit, that is really neat. This week's comic book creator is about Denny O and his Wandy work.
Got it, read it, and he basically, when Gloria Steinem came down on him for doing that, he said at the time he didn't see what the problem was, but now later on he did. I still don't agree with him, but because I don't agree with her what she said, but it gave us a nice, interesting run of Wonder Woman. And honestly, when you think about Wonder Woman runs, that's really the only one I can think of that really stayed in my memory.
Gods and Monsters, the first 6 issues of George Perez's run, first 7, excuse me, and the mod Wonder Woman. Those are the most famous runs.
Yeah, but yeah. So, but you know, I recognize that the George Perez run, it was very good. It just wasn't my thing.
Not your thing. Yeah.
Like I like the Byrne run much better.
Well, later, yeah. I got to admit, though, when I say, like I'll say the Grant Morrison run of Justice League, I do mean from 1 to, I know Mark Waid had probably the most famous story in there with Tower of Babel. But I do, when I say Grant Morrison run, I mean the entire thing. And because I love that whole, that's how I define that version. George Perez run is from 1 to 200 of that. But in all honesty, I think that while John Burns is excellent, I'm not going to take away from that. I even like Greg Rucka's run.
I do too, very much.
Gods and Monsters is the more famous. It might just be because they push it. We have some DC Digests, and this is the Super Friends. And then it's not Super Friends number 3, it's the Best of DC. You see that's actually the title of these digests. Yeah. So there we go. The Blue Ribbon Digest number 3 starring Super Friends is what that is.
There really isn't any hiccups in that Wonder Woman series that lasted 226 issues. A lot of really good, but there was no stories that just immediately jump out, except for for me when Wonder Woman knocked off Max Lord. I remember that. But as far as like the run itself, it was a very solid series all the way through.
We have some Chuck Dixon here with Team Zero. And let's see, we have the Human Target, not the bad Human Target. Or is it? I haven't read it, so you can tell me it's Peter Milligan. Yeah. So we have some Human Target here. And then we have some Brian Michael Bendis. This is Powers. This is Powers Supergroup. There you go. And then we have, it's just Powers.
That was a great issue. You are right about that. And I don't want anybody to think that this was a 2-part thing. It helps ease auction, but it also, these are the kind of decisions you make when you're in the 4th quarter of your time on planet Earth. You start assessing, what am I going to have time to read again? It's like, and I still have thousands of unread comics and hundreds of unread trades. So I mean, it's this is none of this was passed on because it wasn't any good. Because if it wasn't any good, I wouldn't have owned it in the first place.
There you go. I was wondering where did that come from?
What?
I thought I was looking for the. I was actually looking for the comment that you're responding to. I was like, wait, who said that?
No. I thought I'd pass that on.
Okay.
I said,
Yeah. Well, I certainly appreciate it. It's gonna, whatever we make is gonna go to bills and business. So yeah, it's awesome, and I certainly appreciate this. And here we have Kia Asamiya. This is Batman: Child of Dreams, with the English adaptation by Max Allan Collins. I was actually looking at it going, I remember hearing this, but I don't know what it is. And then I saw English adaptation. I was like, wait a second, is this the anime that came out a while back? Not the recent one, but and that is exactly what this is. It's a trade paperback of the anime. So, or the manga, excuse me. So that I thought was kind of cool. There are 2 books here, gang, that I got to tell you, I am struggling. Because some of these, and I talked to Eric, some of these I'm able to keep. Some of them, whatever I want to do is basically what I said. And there are 2 books. I'm like, God, I want to keep them, but damn, I want to sell them. And the first one is Flash Archives #1. Now, Flash Archives #1 has the showcase comics as well as the first 2 Flash issues. Now, remember back in the day, comic books were a lot thicker. You had a lot more pages to them. The thing is I've got the phone book right over there with all the stories in it. So I'm kind of, yeah, I'm thinking, you know, the collector wants me to keep it, but you know, the more pragmatic part of me and the auctioneer is saying, yeah, there's no need to keep it. This one is really good because not only does it have, oh, by the way, it's Supergirl Archives #1. And not only does it, huh?
You know who does the cover for that, don't you?
Well, that's Frank Miller.
Yes, then you do know who does the cover for that.
Yes, but it has the first issue, the first appearance of Supergirl, but it also has the trial run for Supergirl. So yeah, it's pretty cool. That is a cool book. But I think in the end, both of these are going to go into the auction. It's just more practical. Alrighty. And Yule is saying he understands about the whole more years behind than ahead. And next up, we have Miracle Man, issue #2. Or hardcover, volume #2 is what I meant. All right. And this is the old stuff, right? Reprinted.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it is. It is. Look at that. That's awesome.
That's volume 2, though, right?
Yeah, this is volume 2.
Yeah, because I said, yeah, if I wouldn't mind finding a volume 1 of that has the first story arc, because, man, my 60-plus-year-old eyes have a hard time reading that tiny, tiny print from those originals.
I know how that is. I have volume 1 and 3. No, volume 1 and 2, and I'm looking for 3 myself. Next up, a book called The American Vampire. There you go. It's Scott Snyder and Raphael Albuquerque. And that's volume 1. We have volume 2 and volume 3. And another book I struggled with, but it ended up on the sale pile because I've never read it. It's Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo. And this is the Lex Luthor. I like their Joker story, so I'm kind of jazzed to see what that's all about. All right, let me get these back in the box here. I took every book out of the box yesterday. My room is it is destroyed right now.
I'm sure Gail is thrilled with me right now.
Actually, she understands, and she's very happy. Thank you very much. But yeah, no, she's not happy with me because I could have kept the boxes off to the side. That is not your fault, sir. That I was dumb enough to take all the books out of the boxes and then throw the boxes around instead of put the books back in. Yep. Those are my bad decisions. Okay, let's see. What are some? I don't know. Where are the? Oh, I know for a fact these are going to be in the auction. So I guess I'll throw these in. I got an empty here. We have Legion of Superheroes. This is the Showcase Presents. These are the foam books. You call them foam books because they're in the black and white, and they're huge. They're big, like foam books. Like this one right here. Does it have the? No. This is the first appearance of Legion of Superheroes, and all the way to Superman Annual #4, Adventure Comics 316. So yeah. So that is. This is a lot of book here. We got it 247 to 316 of the Adventure Comics starring Legion of Superheroes. That is awesome. That would not be sold if I didn't already have that. For that lot, I need book 2. Next up, let's see. Oh, here we go. Also #5. And then this Timberwolf cover, that's the where they become like Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. Yeah, and this goes all the way. Oh, this goes into the Mike Grell stuff. You get the first appearance of Ty Rock in this run. Yeah, this goes all the way up to Legion of Superheroes 219, and these are really awesome. I know they're in black and white, but you still get the stories, you still get the art. It is pure awesomeness. Next up, Batman #2, and let's see. Here we go. This is definitely going to be sold as a set because once again, I don't want to be stuck with one issue or one volume. But we've got the 3 Aquaman. There were only 3 of these books for Aquaman made. And so in this particular set, it starts, of course, with Adventure 260. And you get all the way to Superman pal Jimmy Olsen in 1968. So big, that's a lot of Aquaman, man. And I've got them. I would never sell these but I've got them sitting right over here on my shelf. Next up, we've got a trade paperback, and this is Quicksilver and the Avengers. It collects Quicksilver 1 through 13, Heroes for Hire 15 and 16, and Heroes for Hire Quicksilver Annual by Tom Payer.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Joe Edkin, John Ostrander, and illustrated by Casey Jones, Rob Haynes, Derek Ox. So, yeah, and that's a pretty thick one as well. So, there you go. Next up, a book that everybody should have in their collection. And this is the Phoenix Saga, the Death of Phoenix.
True confession. That was in Venkman's box until I had a conversation with Venkman. He was telling about all the stuff he'd picked up. And he picked up an X-Men trade that had that story in it and didn't realize it.
Oh, okay.
Because I'd already told him I was sending that to him, and he goes, and I said, "Well, since you've got that, I'm just gonna."
You know, I did the same thing. It's in there's a Marvel. What do you call those? They're putting them out in an Epic collection.
Yeah,
yeah. There's an Epic collection. I had no idea, but it had that, and that's like my second version of it because I've got I've got a hardcover upstairs. So.
Yeah,
the Legion book you shown before, where they revive Lightning Lad, and Lightning Rods has Lightning Lass's sister impersonating him briefly before the revival. Yes, and then of course, Brody ends up taking up. Yep, American Vampire is actually a decent story, says Maranya.
It is.
Cool. Alrighty, dude, there's some books I just don't know, dude. I do not know. But Conan and the Song of the Dead. This is a Dark Horse Conan. So there we go. By the way, if you see there are certain teams you should always pick up, and Lansdale and Truman are one of those teams.
So I'm more of a fan of his novels than his comic writing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that show Happen Leonard from a few years ago?
Yeah.
That's his book series.
Okay. We have a couple of prestige formats, JLA Foreign Bodies and Superman Hunter Prey Doomsday, as well as Golden Age number 3. That would end up being in the dollar books or 50 centers because the plastic is all bubbled. There we go. All righty. Dude, you want to talk about a series? I'm like, okay, keep, sell. I would never keep the modern day stuff, but freaking hell, Harley Quinn from the 2000s.
Yeah,
that is good shit.
It is. That one truly came down to shelf space.
Volume 1, Volume 2, and 3. So this is just good stuff, man. I hope that modern day Harley doesn't soil the ground for past Harley. Next up, some Judge Dredd from IDW. This is not the SJW storyline. I looked through. It isn't the one where like, oh, you illegal aliens deserve to be here. Wait, are you Judge Dredd? You just said you illegal. No. Planetary number 2. That just freaked me out when I saw that. And Brave and the Bold, number 1. This is fucking awesome. I have read through these. These are awesome. I have book 1 and 2 myself over there. Never heard of this. It's by Boom Studios. It's called Cover Girl. He's Alex Martin, the down on his luck actor, whose star is rising thanks to a roadside rescue caught on tape. She's Rachel Dodd, the bodyguard assigned to keep him safe. After several mysterious attempts on his life, will Rachel be able to keep Alex alive long enough to get to the bottom of these attacks? Dun, dun, dun. There you go. Oh, I get it. Cover Girl. Okay, like a model, but she's covering him. Okay, that's clever. I'll give him just a second. Yikes. grab another. Do I have any more empties? No, I do not. All right, grab another empty. Let's see. Next up, I never heard of this either. It's called Paparazzi by Vertigo. Jake Monster McGowan is one of New York City's paparazzi, a modern-day bounty hunter armed with a camera. Brutal and ruthless as he stalks his prey, he pursues celebrities at any cost. Oh, okay. That's awesome. There's more to it. I guess this is kind of a EC sort of thing. Eek. By Asylum Press.
Yeah, I think so.
With a whole bunch of it kind of looks like either recreations or reprints, as a matter of fact. That is kind of cool. It is black and white, but I mean they capture the look. That's pretty cool. Let's see, The Invincible Iron Man, disassembled. This collects Iron Man number 84 through 89. Never read any of these. These were when I was away from Marvel in DC. I was actually away from comic book shops. That did not help. Next up, we've got Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, Robert Venditti and Ethan Van Sciver. I knew Ethan did it because he was around when this came out, but that is a Venditti book. That's not too shabby. Next up, Sam Humphries and Robson Roca with the Green Lanterns, and this is the story of these two. And I got to tell you, this was surprisingly good, especially this one, the Phantom Lantern. I really did like that story a lot. Oh, this one here. Though this has a lot. Anytime you can get the Super Sons in on it, that is awesome. Little Superman action. Something called Terminal Alice. Alex, Laura, Lena, Kara, and Eve are 5 female contract killers who suffer from the same problem. Each of them has a price on their head. The only way to have a chance of surviving is to work together to find out who wants them dead. Dun, dun, dun. All righty. Next up, we got some Gen 13. And there we go. England team, we need to negotiate these Iron Mans you're showing. All righty. Let's see. Okay, explain, sir.
It's written by, if I'm not mistaken, that was it was written. There's Jay Faber did a series. I can't remember what it was, and that was a series kind of in that same vein. It was just kind of nice and wholesome.
Okay, back in the day, Janet Golden. Okay,
but you recognize the writer Trina Robbins. She's been around forever.
Is she good? Or is she one of the bad guys?
No. She was writing long before identity politics was a thing.
It says here they're trying to get the golden age. It says pouring the classic charm of golden age comics through a subtle modern filter. Series creator Trina Robbins and artist Ann Timmons have crafted an all ages delight. Yeah, it does kind of look like one of those older romance titles we were looking at the other day. Oh, dude, with this, holy crap, you're testing me, man. We got some hack and slash. That's Death by Sequel. Here's First Cut. Something called Virgin Vampires. That is something. McFarlane graphic novel. All right.
Can't say I have any recollection of that.
All righty. I like this movie.
That was a great comic book.
It is actually pretty good. I read it. Yeah. Go on ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
No, that's it. Yeah, if I remember correctly, the best character in the oh god, there was one of the characters had a gay bestie, and that character was fantastic. Mm-hmm. And it was a fun book. Yeah, surprisingly, I liked the movie, so I read the graphic novel, and it was pretty good. The difference between the book and the movie is, in the movie, the characters are about twice plus the age that they are in the story. And you talk about a likable character.
Jennifer, what's her name?
Lopez.
She cannot, for as beautiful as she is, she cannot be as charming as Owen Wilson. I'm sorry.
There was a movie in 1958 or something like that. I think it was The Sun Also Rises. It was based on a Hemingway book.
Yeah.
Where it was about expats after the war. And the characters in the book were in their 20s, but they had like Errol Flynn and Robert Taylor and a bunch of 40-something Hollywood actors playing the parts. And that's what that kind of reminded me. It was like a modern day version of that.
Hey, Black Cat, what's up? And hello to Dark Admiral who just popped in. This excited me and then made me cry all at the same time. Stan Lee presents The Amazing Spider-Man. This little complete pocketbook library. Yeah. But this right here, that was like, oh, man. Because these things are pretty cool. I love these as a kid. All right, we got that. And let's see, something called Olympus.
I got that because Jack Geist was the artist.
Okay. And this is
it's purdy.
Some interiors. Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And a lot of these are going to be in the auction tomorrow. I will. I'm trying to go through the ones that absolutely are going to be in the auction. They might not all be in the auction tomorrow. If I can fit them in, they will be. We do have Red Sonja, the movie adaptation. Can't beat that with a stick. All righty. There are some that I decided, yes, I am absolutely keeping. Something called Gustav Paranormal Investigator. 1997 London, the last days of discredited conservative government. A prominent gubernatorial advocate of family moral values is found naked, bound, and gagged, and very dead with a hole in his chest and his heart literally ripped from his cavity. This is the latest in a series of similar horrific murders that heretofore involved prostitutes and rent boys. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. There you go. Let's see. Then something called The Fallen. That is kookiness, sir. Am I able to open this?
I think so.
Let's see. Oh, wow. That is what it looks like on the inside. This is wild stuff. Wild stuff.
Weird,
all right.
Wild stuff.
Wow. It's a really bad Johnny Carson.
Oh, I know, but I think he would put weird in front of wild stuff.
Ah, okay. Weird, wild stuff. All right, this is Black Harvest.
Yeah, so Josh Howard's best known for Dead at 17, and it's a very cartoony style, but it's if you're a fan of hack slash, you'll like this.
All right, yeah, it looks pretty good. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see. Where else do we go? Where do we go from here? I need empty boxes. Oh my gosh, everything is full around here. Not full of it, that's just me. Let's see. Oh. Okay, more of the stuff that will end up in the auctions at some point in time. Now, maybe not this, because I thought I sent a copy to MARANYA. There you go. Secret Origin of Tony Stark.
Yeah, remember when they de-aged him?
Yeah.
In the 90s?
Yeah.
I started calling him Iron Diapers. The payoff took about 20 years, but
there you go. It finally made it. Okay, this is called Devil. And it says here, Black Lives Matter convinces America that white people are, in fact, the devil. And, okay, so it's basically white people taking revenge on Black Lives Matter. So that's what this is all about. I am just kidding. It's actually about a real vampire. It's right there. So. All right. I can actually see them.
If Zach were watching this, he'd go, I can see now that Eric used to read a lot of manga.
Yeah.
Because there's some manga-esque stuff in here.
Well, we have Jessica Abel, Gabe Sora, and Warren Pleece with Life Sucks. There you go. And Life Sucks for Dave Miller. He's broke, girlfriendless, stuck in a dead-end job. Life sucks harder because his job is nightmare manager at the last stop. LA's finest vampire-owned 24-hour day. Okay, so it's one of those things. And there's some inside art. Okay. Let's see, something called Fear Agent, Volume 1, Reignition by Rick Remender and Tony Moore.
That was a big deal once upon a time.
Yeah. There we go. And yeah, that looks neato. Ron Mars and Stefan Sedgwick really doing interiors? Oh, shit. I thought he was straight up cover artist. Holy crap. This is beautiful. This is effing beautiful right here, man.
Nah, he became a cover artist because of his hand injury, so he's recently just doing covers.
Okay. Yeah, this is a great freaking
He was on the Suicide Squad. He did that Harleen book, and he's doing his own indie books, but he said because of his basically elbow or wrist injury, he can't maintain a deadline, so he'll just do indie.
I liked Harleen. I did like that one. We have Witchblade, Shades of Grey.
I think he did a lot of art on that as well.
Mm-hmm. And we have more Powers. This is Role Play. And Who Killed Retro Girl? And let's see what we got over here next. Let's see. Zombie Tales, This Bites by Boom Studios. Do we have names on it? Here's the art. Here's some interior. There we go. And Stefan, as I recall correctly, did some great art on Thor back in the day. And here's Zombie Tales, Good Eatin'. All right, once again, here we go. Oh, a little bit different in these books. Next up, I've read this. I have this. It's called Trinity War. It's pretty darn good. Yeah. If you haven't read this, I do recommend it. Let's see. Boom. Oh, there you go. Come on over, man. All right, next up, we've got some DC Comics 0 Year. Have no idea what this is about. 6 years ago, the age of superheroes is just beginning. Young Bruce Wayne has only recently emerged as Batman, and already he's facing a full-scale disaster. A massive storm heading for Gotham City, and the Riddler has shut down the city's power. All right.
Basically, this is before everyone became heroes.
Yeah. We do have Volume 1.
Flash before he got his powers. There's Barbara Gordon during a thunderstorm. Not thunderstorm, something.
Volume 1 of Superman, the New 52. And Volume 1 of Nightwing.
Nightwing is alright. Superman broke George Perez.
We have The Kingdom. All right, and then Batman Detective Comics, which I have not. I don't think I've read these. Have I read these? I don't think so.
It's an okay read. Nothing.
Yeah, I haven't read these. To tell you the truth.
Yeah, it's nothing to write home about, but it's not bad.
I've read. I read the Justice League from New 52, and some of the Wonder Woman. All of them. What is it? The Agents of
Shade,
yeah. Zombie Tales, yes, Dark Admiral. And then we have Batman, Gordon of Gotham by Chuck Dixon. And this is Gordon of Gotham 1 through 4, Batman GCPD 1 through 4, and Batman Gordon's Law 1 through 4. So, yeah, lots of good stuff there. And gosh, this is just a damn good story. Superman for All Seasons. This is very, very good. Recommend it. All right. Next up, we have Ninjak, the Weaponeer. This is Volume 1. from, I believe, the 2000s reboot of the Valiant comics.
Yeah, that was very good. Matt Kent wrote that, if I'm not mistaken.
Is the who's the
Some
art by
interiors.
again?
Clayman. Yeah, there you go. That's why it's pretty. And you will get a Phil's Record bookmark.
Yeah, what page did I leave off?
You right at the
Actually, I think I finished it.
Yeah.
But
let's see. Go Power Rangers by Perot and Mora. Turtle Power. There we go. All right.
Ryan Parrott.
Okay, if you want to go with Parrot instead of Perot, go right on ahead. There we go.
yeah, I'm kind of paying that forward. That was actually sent to me by, remember Sergeant Bats?
Yeah.
About 6 years ago, give or take.
And here we have Volume 1, Blinded by the Light. This is the Teen Titans.
Whatever happened to Sergeant Bats?
No idea.
And yet another Chuck. I'm starting to think that you like Chuck Dixon, Eric. You like his work. Welcome to Japan, now under new management. And we have a good idea of the writing's going to be good. This is what the art's looking like. And this is called Storming Paradise.
Yeah, and that Jack Ice on the art, or one of the
Yep.
guys. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's gonna be pretty all the way through.
It says Geis and Burkett. So it actually says Dixon and Barreto. All right. What to do? I guess I got to pop one of these boxes over here. I am. Okay, did we look through these? We looked through these. We looked through these. There we go. Wait. I am starting to think you are out of shape, sir. Yes, I am. Okay. Let's see. I do believe this.
I
was looked
concur.
through. Say again?
I concur.
Yeah. I used to be in better shape. I did. Even being a fat guy, I was in better shape. Brady. Zoink. Back where they came from. I'll mail you back the boxes.
Yeah.
No. All righty. Continuing with the definitely going to be in the auction books. We have Batman Incorporated, Volume 2. This is Gotham's Most Wanted. There we go. Okay. That is, what is this, Frank Whiteley? Is that who this is? Grant Morrison, Chris Burnham. There we go. And then we have Justice League United, Volume 1. Huh. Well, let's put a question mark on that one, but here we go. Hardcovers. Savage Hawkman, Rob Liefeld and Tom DeFalco. Wow, usually they put the, there you go. And Joe Bennett. This is Volume 2, Wanted. Dun, dun, dun. American Vampire was pretty good, Dark Admiral was saying. Next up, we've got DC Universe. Now, these were weekly digital comics. And everybody I've heard that has read them ended up liking them. It was Batman Universe and Superman had one as well. And it was surprising because, like, I think Batman was Brian Michael Bendis and Superman was Tom King, and they ended up being some of the best work that either one of them had done in a long time. So that's surprising. Okay, let's see. Next up, we have Superman Unchained. There we go. And this was a miniseries, if I believe. It's a pretty big book. It's a pretty thick book.
It was
here.
9 issues.
Yeah, I was about to say. I thought it was 12, but okay, but it's 9 issues. Art's pretty damn good as well.
Yeah, I think that was the last mainstream book Jim Lee did.
And then we have Batman Arkham Killer Croc.
After that, he basically just did one-shots here and there.
And I do have to get some price tags off these things. We got Batman Arkham Killer Croc. And
That has a few good stories over the years.
well, yeah, it's got his. It starts off with his first appearance. I've had a couple of these Arkham books, and they always start off with the first appearance, and then it's like some of the better ones. In this case, the one I opened up to is the Nightfall issue, where he goes against Bane. Another one, by the way, I highly recommend this books. This is Weird War Tales 93, 97, 100, 102, 105, 108 through 112, 114 through 119, and 121 and 124. It's Creature Commandos. This is awesome. I have one right up there on the shelf, and I have read through this thing. It is so much fun.
I think they're going to make a movie about that.
I heard they're going to do an animated series.
It's an animated movie.
It's an animated movie. I'm all in. I'm jazzed. I hear they also already have some merchandise over at the DC store. It's like, or did I read it was convention thing or something?
They're selling it in San Diego Comic-Con.
There you go. Okay, yeah, let's bring that shit out. Also, something I highly recommend is Legionnaires. This is the 90s Legion of Superheroes. And this is, where is it? Legion of Superheroes 0 and 62 through 68, plus Legionnaires 0 and 19 through 24. They did the same thing as Superman, where they had the triangles with the numbers and everything that connected the books. Oh, my goodness. All right, next up, we have Planetary All Over the World and other stories. There we go. And we have guys talk about Brilliant and Silver Age Silliness all at once. It's one of these phone books again. There you go. And it is Supergirl Volume 2. This comic is one of my holy grails. I sold it once and I've regretted it. And then we have Superman Volume 2. And we have Superman Volume 3. Yep. And let's see. Oh, goodness gracious. I saw this. I had no idea what this was. This is Solo, the deluxe edition. So I guess it collects all of these issues. On the back, what it says is these artists and writers could get together and do whatever they wanted to with the characters.
Yeah.
Create any kind of story or anything. I got to tell you, looking through it, in some cases you get some art that's like, wow, that's really good. And then in some cases you get some art that's like, I wonder what they were going for here. And then in some cases you get Sergio Aragonés. So yeah. Big book, really looks interesting as hell. Did you read this?
No.
Wow, it is just awesome. There you go. Yeah, but it is, and Yul Carter saying it's such an amazing book. There you go. Oh wow.
What was it
originally?
again?
It's called Solo.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you got some weird art in here. I'm not gonna lie. And I could see why this would not be for everybody because it is all over the place. But I think that's by design. You know, just judging by the description.
That used to be an anthology book. Does it have all the issues?
Yeah.
So all issues and all stories.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it's saying here.
Yeah, nice.
These unrelated short 12 distinct voices. Yeah, so it's like one issue, one artist and such. So yeah.
No. Each issue had multiple stories.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I guess you know a little bit more about it than I do, because I only know what I read off the back. Let's see. Do I have any more that I absolutely know is going into the auction? Oh, here we go. Something called Tokyo Ghoul. Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. So there we go. Hey, manga kids. Something I normally don't know about. All right. Man, I need boxes. All righty. Let's go with, oh, these were going to be in the options. So let me put here. And, whoops. So, thankfully, I have magazine bag and backing boards for these. And Treasury. So I think I've even got for that Fallen. All right, these are books that are kind of iffy. I'm on the fence. Do I want to keep them? Do I want to sell them? Which one of these? But there will be somewhere I'm like, okay, this is definitely a keeper. But this is, oh, wait, unless you want to do some comics. God damn it. Seriously? 2 flies got in freaking from the door, and they have just been a pain in the ass. Something has died out there. And I think it's it drug him in. I can't find what it is, but I don't know. I think they got it, but not before these flies came in. One of them just landed on the fucking camera. Will not get off of the goddamn thing. Need to invest in a fly swatter tomorrow. Alrighty, so let's see what to do. Oh, let's go with some comics here, because these will definitely be in the auction. Right. Oof. Yikes. Used to be able to do that easier. There we go. Let's see. Some of these are, I think Garrick was targeting, because there's a whole bunch of Ultraverse and a whole bunch of Impact. But we also have Shadow of the Bat, this Batman Shadow of the Bat from the miniseries.
Yeah, that's actually from the Englehart Rogers, this reprint. 2 issues from the Detective, the 6 issues that they did.
Okay, and that's issue number 3. We have Prototype, issue number 4. Let's see. And we have The Nightman, issue number 21. It's one of my favorite of the Ultraverse. No, don't put it there. Secret Wars 2, issue 7. Let's put that there. And then we have this one's not making it. This is the Shield. It got crumped. There we go. All right. Let's see. Firearm, issue number 10.
Yeah, I didn't expect any of the Impacts to go anywhere other than your reading pile.
Yeah, well, I was able to get that. Yeah.
Well,
but yes, I love Impact comics, by the way. This is Firearm number 8. Ultraverse is one of those that I tend not to like. I have a hard time selling one issue, but if I've got a bundle of a certain title, people are interested in discovering the Ultraverse. There's issue number 10, and we have issue number 13, and issue number 12. Here's Nightman number 8. And Nightman number 12. And Prototype number 1. And here is Solution, the Solution issue number 4. And here is issue number 3. And we have Firearm number 7. Nightman issue number, what was that? Number 19. And something called War Strike. I've never seen this one before. It must have been later. And that is issue number 2. Then we have War Strike number 3. Solitaire, issue number 6. And The Wraith, issue number 3. Whoops. And issue number 2. Solitaire, issue number 5. We have Howard Chaykin's Black Hawk, issue number 2. Where, god dang it, the headphones get caught. I was putting, okay, there it is. And then we have issue number 1. And DC's World's Finest. This is issue number 223. A little trouble there on the spine, but
It's a little masking tape.
Yep. Black Widow, issue number 3. I'm guessing that's a Greg Land cover.
Yeah. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
All right. We have Brave and the Bold, and this is issue number 104 with Batman and Deadman. Evil Black Cat is silent today. All right. Next up, we have The Incredible Hulk, and that's issue number 246. There we go. Let's see what else is next. This is a big haul, by the way. We've been going for an hour. After this box, there's another box and another big lot of trade paperbacks. All righty, we have issue number 223 of Superman, Supergirl's for Farewell. Codename Knockout. Never heard of that. Issue number 10. And here is issue number 11. And issue number 12. Number 42 of Countdown with Mary Marvel. An excellent run of Brave and the Bold. This is in 2007. Right here. That is issue number 2. And then we have issue number 47 of Countdown. Whoops. There we go. And then this is really neat. This is Vamps. Hollywood and Vine. That's issue number 1. And then we have issue number 35 of Fables. Is this the one where with what's his name from Legend of Sleepy Hollow? Oh no, okay, this is the one where okay, Jack Fables is going out making movie deals. Next up, we've got Solitaire. I think this is issue. Is this issue 1? It's a black bag. It is open and such though. Righty, and let's see. We've got Solitaire issue number 2. And then we have issue number 3 of Prototype. And we have issue number 7 of Mantra. And we have issue number 2 of Sludge. We have the first issue of the Breakthrough crossover from Ultraverse. And we have issue number 2 of the Breakthrough. And issue number 1 of Rune. All right. Let's see. What was this? There we go. And then we have issue number 1 of Wraith. And issue number 24 of Wolverine from the MK years. Not a lot of people know MK wrote for Marvel. And here we have issue number 6 of Prime. And let's see, where can I put this? Okay, here we go. And we have issue number 7 of Prime. Issue number 8 of Prime. I love the fact that she's holding the boy because he's kind of like a Shazam type. And she pulls the boy out of the man's body there. And then we have Solution number 2. And we have Solution number 1. And Firearm issue number 4. Firearm issue number 3. And Prototype issue number 11. There we go. And Prototype issue number 2. And we have Sludge issue number 1. Okay, man, this is pretty cool. All righty. Oh, wow. Haven't seen this one before. I've actually only seen an issue number 1 in a long time anyway. I think I've seen this when it first came out. This is issue number 13 of Hardcase. I hardly ever see anything but the first issue, maybe 2. Next up, The Strangers, issue number 10. That's another one. This is their Avengers. You would think they'd be everywhere. Next up, we have The Solution, issue number 5. And here is Firearm, issue number 6. I love that guy's art, by the way. And then we have Prototype number 6. And Prime number 1. Prime number 4. Prototype number 5, the Nightman number 6. Actually, you know, the weird thing is a little bit ago, I was looking. I was trying to find some big lots of the Ultraverse. I don't know how it would sell, but I know we always talk about it and people speak of it highly. Prime number 9, and this is Sludge number 3. So I've always been trying to get a hold of some. And here's Sludge issue number 4. Sludge issue or Exiles issue number 1. Alrighty. Right. Little break from the Ultraverse, it looks like. As we've got the first appearance of oh goodness gracious, what is his name? Tim Drake in the Robin costume. And that is Batman number 442. And we have something called Secret War, and that's book 2 of 5. Ultraverse is hard to come by these days. I've been looking. I also think that they've spent so much time in the dollars, it's hard to find good conditions. Here is issue 3 of Secret Wars. What is PSR? See it? Okay. It says right under the marble, PSR. Never seen that. Well, I probably have seen it, just never asked. Here's Sleepwalker number 1. Very important book. It's Sandman done right. Here's Sleepwalker number 2. And we have Sleepwalker number 3. I'm going to go back to some Ultraverse here with Exiles issue number 2. And we have Exiles issue number 3. Exiles issue number 4. And Freaks issue number 3. We have Freaks issue number 4. Freaks issue number 5. And issue number 6. Well, a 1 and a 2 wouldn't be bad at this point. There we go. Oh my goodness. My back just popped. The Nightman issue number 10. And we have issue number 7 of Freaks. There's a big old collection of Ultraverse here. We have issue number 5 of Firearm. There we go. And let's see. Next up, we've got from the 1990s Silver Surfer number 1. There we go. And we have Vigilante issue number 5. And Vigilante issue number 7. We have another Ultraverse, Warstripe number 1. This is going to make me cry here. We have X-Men and Teen Titans. But it looks like it's been stapled. Let me see. This book has some trouble. This would be a $1 book. There you go. Alrighty. And then we have the Justice League, and this is the Justice League International version. All right, that's cool. And then we have issue number 1 of Superman from the Byrne run. Pre-Byrne run, issue 308. There you go. We're completing the Black Hawk trilogy by Howard Chaykin right here. And then we have the Avengers, issue number 82. That's a little roughed up. This is a $1 book. It's a 15-cent Avengers, but it's still a $1 book. Same as this issue number 38. There you go. Let's see. Dollar bins are getting choked out with modern stuff. Yeah, I've been noticing that a lot more recently. Like you're not seeing even the classic 80s or 90s stuff that you would normally see. And if you do see 90s stuff, it's always like Bad Rock or, the Liefeld Extreme titles. Here we have Exposure. Speaking of, here we have Exposure, issue number 1. I have no idea what that is. And then we have Incredible Hulk King size annual number 7. This is also a little rough. It'll end up in the dollar bin, in spite of it being what it is. There you go. And let's see. Last leg for this particular box. Let's see, we've got Power Man and Iron Fist, number 120. And then we have Incredible Hulk, and that is issue 316. And then we have Wolverine, issue number 22 from, I guess that's Mark Millar. Okay. And John Romita Jr., issue number 23. We have New Teen Titans, issue number 6. And we have issue number 7. And we've got Beetle Bailey and Sergeant Snorkel. That is awesome. That is awesome right there, kids. Next up, we have issue number 25 of Yogi Bear. This is in rough shape. This will also be $1. This is it's a 10 center. Is it a Golden Age? Is it a Golden Age book? This is from the year 1957, so it's still a Silver Age, and it's high as silver. There you go. But of course, because of that, I couldn't go higher than $1 on that with my conscience intact. And this is issue number 47 of the New Teen Titans. Oh man, here is 162 of the Avengers. It's a bit roughed up as well there. All right. Superman, Batman versus Vampires and Werewolves. That's issue number 5. And we've got Batman, The New Adventures. And here we go. Next up, one of my favorite Supergirl covers. This is issue number 80. And then we have Man of Steel, issue number 4. Issue number 5. And issue number 6. Iron Fist number 13. Okay. And we have issue number 1 of Man of Steel, issue number 3 of Man of Steel. And let's see, do we have a 2 and a 3? I don't, not in this box anyway. Here is issue number 13 of Superman. Ultraverse had some really good new artists. Then we have issue number 14 of Superman. Okay, that is coolness. And those came from, some of these are going to be in the auction. I'm going to put as many as I can. There's a lot of stuff here. I'm going to definitely make sure I'm going through these Ultraverse. And if it's like 1 through 4, 1 through 5 of a particular title, I'll more than likely sell those as a set. All right. There we go. And let's go with Nightman. Nightman. Firearm. Some Sludge. 1 issue of Rune and just the first issue. 1 issue of Hardcase, issue number 13, which still surprised to see that. The Breakthrough 1 and 2. All right. War Strike. Solution. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of Solution here. There's some of these that just looks like I got a complete run. The Exposure. Freaks. Wrath. Wrath, excuse me, not Wraith, Wrath. And Prototype. I think nope, Prime is the last one. Okay, got it. Alrighty, and that was one. I ended up getting 2 short boxes of comics. That's the first one. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to bounce back to some trades. Oof. And then we'll do the last box. Okay. I still got a box here, and I'll bring down this one. So we still have a box here if put some trades in. It's going to get to the ones there where I'm kind of in the middle. Do I want to sell? Do I want to keep? All right, and mantra. Do I want to keep it? Do I want to sell it? I don't know. You guys let me know if you're interested. But I've got That Yellow Bastard. It's a hardcover from the Sin City. And I've got the first Sin City trade paperback. Wow.
So instead of it being from the creators of what is that book called again?
All-Star Batman and Robin. I don't know.
No,
I don't know where you're going with your joke, man.
Oh, yeah. It's not from the creators of Common America. It is the creator of Common America.
Which one? What are you talking about?
The book before this one.
Sin City.
The other one.
Oh, That Yellow Bastard. Okay, you were going with an Asian. Okay, I gotcha. All right, we've got Cool Room and So White. Yes. I have nothing on the walls right now. Yes. We have Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 11. There you go. And this is Warlock, Volume 1. This is Marvel Premiere 1 and 2, Warlock 1 through 15, Incredible Hulk 176 and 178, Strange Tales 178, 181, Marvel Team Up 55, and Avengers Annual 7, and Marvel Team Up Annual 2. And this is very much like the showcase. If you guys didn't know, the Marvel Essentials, they're the phone books. All right. The Spider-Man 11. I've got issues 1. I've got volumes 1, 2, and 3. I don't know. 11 is on the fence. 11 is on the fence right here. I'm gonna put 11 in the sell pile. All right. Let's see. But we do have Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man Volume 2. And I got Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man Volume 3. And this is all the way up to, usually it's on the front, number 74. These are some good books. That covers the first appearance of Cloak and Dagger. All right. And then we have Supervillain Team Up Volume 1. Let's see. What are we talking about? It's amazing names you see in those. What are you talking about? You don't even see the 80s indie stuff. Yeah, that's true. Used to be like in the dollar bins, you could find an entire run of like the Chuck Dixon, what are they called? Air Cellar or something like that. I forget who did them, but there was a whole bunch of independent comics like Chuck Dixon would write 4-issue miniseries for.
Airboy?
No, I'm picturing it. Well, it might be a spinoff because I am picturing a female pilot, and I know there was one in that show. Yeah, in that run. Thankfully, that's it. I'm very grateful. I needed this to complete my Batman collection for these, as well as that's issue volume 6, and this is issue volume 1. Very grateful to have those, as well as volume 1 of Ghosts. I think that's pretty badass. Flash volume 4. I've got volume 1, so just gonna have to put those middles together. Robin the Boy Wonder. There you go. This has some Golden Age as well as some Bronze Age stories. The Elongated Man. These stories are pretty awesome. I've actually read through that book, and then I sold it on the auction. I was like, why'd I do that? I sold Rip Hunter and Sea Devils. Regretted it immediately. Here we have Phantom Stranger, Volume 1 and Volume 2. And Volume 4, it is 4, right? 2 of Justice League. All right. And we have Rye. And this, I think, is the first 6 issues of the original series. It is awesome. It's very awesome, as a matter of fact. Kurt Busiek's Astro City. This one's on the fence, seriously. But if you guys haven't read this, damn, it is so good. That is, I'll put in there, and there maybe somebody who hasn't read it will get it. And then Booze, Broads, and Bullets and Other Tales. And then we've got A Dame to Kill For. All right, these are going to go back. I think these are going to be my keepers. Now that I'm talking it out, I'm kind of going through them at the same time. Like, yeah, Yeah, this one can go. This one can go. Supervillain Team Up. Giant Size Supervillain Team Up 1 and 2. Supervillain Team Up 1 through 14, 16 through 17. And Avengers 154 through 156. Champions 16 and Astonishing Tales 1 through 8. That is a lot of Namor and Dr. Doom. And then we've got, let's see. Oof. Werewolf by Night, Volume 2, reprinting 22 through 43, Giant Size Werewolf 2 through 5, and Marvel Premiere number 28. So, yeah, if you guys are interested in these, please, by all means, let me know. And that might actually sway which way these things go. All righty. Marvel Team Up number 4. Yeah, that was staying. Marvel Team Up's just one of those titles. Frankenstein's Monster, Volume 1. Now look at this. This is volume Monster Frankenstein 1 through 5. Okay, this is one of those books that made a title change. It was Monster of Frankenstein at issue number 1 through 5, but then became Frankenstein's Monster for 6 through 18. Giant Size Werewolf number 2, Monster Unleashed number 2, and then 4 through 10, and Legion of Monsters number 1. Yep, and then we have the Incredible Hulk Volume 7, which is 226 through 248, and Annual 7 through 9, and Captain America 230. What do I got up there? I've got the Rampaging Hulks only. Well, you guys tell me if this is something you would be interested in. Yeah, I'm keeping these. Are you back there? Hey, how you doing? Some of these are awesome, and like I said to you before, you have you filled out the Batmans. I absolutely appreciate that because I was on the verge of getting that 6, but it was going to cost $30. So, but here we have Tomb of Dracula, issue number 3. And once again, these are 50 through 70 in the Tomb of Dracula magazine 1 through 4. You know, there's a lot of stuff in here. So if you're interested in any of these books that you don't see me put in the box behind me, say something. Say, you know, I might go this high or something like that. Because this is my job. I like to keep stuff, but this is my job. And I've been learning that I don't actually own my comics. One time. I might throw them up there, but I got to admit the phone books are something I do collect. All right, and that's Tomb of Dracula number 4, and this is stories from Tomb of Dracula magazine 2 through 6, and Dracula Lives 1 through 13, and Frankenstein's Monster 7 through 9. All righty. Let's see. We've got Green Lantern number 2. And this is Green Lantern number 3. And hey, we recognize this cover. That's number 4.
10.
What?
10.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that deserved its 10 cover. But let's see. The ones I'm missing. What am I missing? Brave and the Bold number 3. Legion of Superheroes number 2, now Flash 2 and 3. Of the ones that I've started, I started collecting and such a while back. All right, grab these. Get these back in the box. Yeah, it's in the box. Okay, let's see. Next up, I'm not going to make this mistake again, but here's Phantom Lady. I do. Yeah, this is just that one issue. But still, damn. And then there's the Mike Grell Green Arrow. Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 3. Volume 4 and Volume 6. And I actually looked, and Volume 5 is like $20 now.
That's barely over cover price though, so that's
yeah. I saw it. I was like, huh, because that's pretty damn cool right there. Oh, I missed Secret Wars #2 from the other box. All right. Even though I would have to spend $50 to complete this set, I'm going to spend that $50 at some point in time. But here is Volume 4 of Jack Kirby's Fourth World. You got to offer me something for these in order for me not to keep these. But here's Volume 3 and Volume 1. Volume 2 is the Mr. Miracle cover.
Well, that's not fair. All you had to do was come down here and bat your eyes at me.
Yeah. But considering my shitty eyesight, that was actually a chore.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna have to go get you off the next door neighbor's porch. No, over here.
I was just following the ladies. They were like 90, so that's not true.
Oh, dude, no, there's one that's not, but that's a unique experience. Let's leave it at that. But she's nice.
High five. Oh, okay.
No, not worthy.
I have never read this story, by the way. I've heard people talk about it. It is Batman Night or Court of the Owls. Never read it. Is it worth it? Yeah.
It's a quick read. You can get to it in the evening.
Well, here's the follow-up, Night of the Owls. But this one's hardcover.
No, I think Night of the Owls is a collection of other stories that happened.
Really?
Yeah, so there's Court of Owls, there's City of Owls, and Night of the Owls collects like the Bat Family issues.
Okay.
So I think it was issue 9 of every book was that crossover. So it has.
Oh, okay. It says here, All-Star Western 9, Batman 8 through 9, Batman Annual 1, Batman the Dark Knight #9, Batman Detective 9, Batgirl #9, Batwing #9. My 9s! Birds of Prey #9, Nightwing 8 and 9, Batman and Robin 9, Catwoman 9, and Red Hood and the Outlaws 9.
9.
It would have been more poetic.
Just don't read the annual one.
Okay.
We do not acknowledge Batman Annual 1.
Ah, okay. Goodness gracious. You want to talk about something that deserves an omnibus, ladies and gentlemen? This is Crimes and Punishment, the Spectre. These are, I believe, the first 4 or 5 issues of the John Ostrander run of Spectre. There are certain inalienable truths as to the quality of comics in the comic book world. Dark Knight is awesome. Watchmen is incredible. But one that is almost a secret is this is one of the best runs of comic book history. It's just is not as famous. This is an incredible run. Incredible run. Alrighty, next up, we've got DC's Rebirth. This is a hardcover. It's the single issue. It's the single issue that came out right before everything changed, and they just put it in hardcover form, not hardcore. And yeah, I actually like this book. This was done very well. Man, every freaking time I really think about what they ruined when they brought in Brian Michael Bendis. And I don't blame everything on Brian Michael Bendis. It was really Dan Didio's fault, but it derailed everything, and that's the big problem. He got Superman from Tomasi and Jurgens, and they were doing the best in Superman in a decade, 2 decades. How far back would you go in order to get a run of Superman? You might actually be shorter than I do, but how far back would you go to get a run as good as Jurgens and Tomasi?
98, 99.
Yeah.
It started going downhill, it's for me in the early 2000s when Jeff Johns and Mark Waid started basically bringing back the Silver Age Superman.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's a lot of OP stuff. I think I'll share that. I don't know if a lot of people have checked this book.
So what about Jeff Johns, Kat?
I kind of like this action run.
If you know, if going back and reading it now, that's one thing. But at the time, it was, like I said, it was that version of Clark Kent was, like I said, my point of contention was that Clark Kent, Lois Lane would never have married him, and they should have just done a genie blink or something and had Lois married to Superman, not Clark Kent, because that never happens with that personality. Because that was the version that had Lois pining for Superman all through the Silver Age and Bronze Age. So that's they didn't think that through.
Never owned a volume of this, so
okay, that's good. Keep that one and read it at least first before you.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Stories. This just started the collection, man. Let's see, and here is one of the big ones. Secrets of Sinister House. I am so happy. There are a few that are harder to get than others, and this is one of them. So I am so jazzed to start reading this. I really am. Right now I'm reading Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Volume 1. Just wanted to. It was a gift a while back from Nerdy Texan, and I hadn't read it all the way through. Like, I thumbed through it. I checked out, I like this. I like that's my favorite part. So I just sat down to read the whole thing, and it is such a freaking great book. You read that first one, you can see the flaws because this is their first time out, but it's still a great book. And then when you continue, the world that they had built for these turtles, it is just such a great story. God damn it. Flies. All right, next up, very grateful for this. I made a trade that only went one direction. I traded my Sin City books for Jack's showcase books, and he was supposed to give me. He had the volume 1 and 2 of Superman Family. I have not received my books. Next up, we've got World's Finest in this book number 3. And, Wonder Woman. Now, this is a question mark. I've got the omnibus. I do collect these, but I've got the omnibus. What do you think? This is volume 2. I'll check to see if I've got these issues, but for now, I'm going to hold on to that. Let's see. We've got Green Hornet, and this is volume 1, Sins of the Father. This is part of the Kevin Smith run. And it's pretty good. I know a lot of people have turned on Kevin Smith because of the politics and the whole He-Man of it all, but good is good. And this is Green Hornet Parallel Lives, the prequel to the movie. Did you see the movie?
The Green Hornet movie?
Yeah.
The Seth Rogen one?
Yeah.
I actually did not dislike it.
I actively like it. I'll back you up. If you're afraid to say it, dude, I will back you up. I actively like it. I enjoyed that. I would have rather have seen, like, at the end, he does this big charge and everything. God fucking damn it. He does this big charge, and I would have liked to have seen him be more competent because he trips over things and everything like that, just to show a little bit more. And I guess it's a little bit of progression because it shows him get to a certain point. But I did want a sequel. I just didn't want to see him be the bumbling buffoon again. Dark Admiral says, I liked it. Number 4, Court of Owls is excellent single issue. Nice haul so far. So far, so good. And a lot of it is going into the auction stuff. So by all means, please show up tomorrow. I'm looking over here at 3 books worth of trades. Now, the thing about that, though, is trades are thicker, so an entire box might actually only be 2 lots. But I'm going to fill up the auction with the trades first, and then I'm going to add comic books to it. Here we have The Defenders, Volume 4. That's issues 61 through 91. By the way, this is the fucked up crazy time in The Defenders. They really do a lot of stuff with hell at a certain point. Next up, we have, I guess this is Son of Satan, right? And Satana. This is Marvel Horror. This is volume number 1. And you have Ghost Rider 1 and 2, which that's the first appearance of Son of Satan. Marvel Spotlight 12 through 24, Son of Satan 1 through 8, Marvel 2-in-1 number 14, Marvel Team Up 32, and 80 through 81, Vampire Tales 2 through 3. And isn't that the Satana first appearance?
That was in a Marvel preview, yeah.
Oh, Marvel Premiere. Oh, Marvel Preview number 7. There you go. Let's see, Vampire Tales 2 3, Hunt of Horror number 2, and then 4 through 5, Marvel Premiere number 7, and Marvel Preview number 7. But there you go. Some of these I am on the fence about. I'll have to think about these. Then there's volume 3 of Doctor Strange. And volume 1 of Doctor Strange. Volume 3 is the first issue of the 1970s run. What is this? This is Strange Tales 110, 111, and 114 through 168. 168 is his first solo, right?
What's that?
168, that's his first solo?
Who's first solo?
No, I'm thinking of something different. No, I never mind. I just wrapped my head around something and I was like, no. You're thinking it wrong. Okay. Strange Tales, Doctor Strange, Nick Fury, and okay. I see what I was thinking. I was thinking of it's if I continued on, I would make no sense. Captain America number 3, featuring issues 127 through 156. What do I have up there? I got 1 and 2. So hey, continued. And here is issue number 4. And that leads up to 186. Man, I would love for them to restart these things. But you know, if they restarted them, they would just put the same issues out instead of starting like Captain America, issue number 169 and moving forward. Here is Doctor Strange Volume 2, issue 169 through 178 and 180 through 183, Avengers 61, Submariner 22, Marvel Feature number 1. Wow, that boy got around. And then the Defenders Volume 3. That is awesome. This is fucking awesome stuff. What do I have in there? I have unsold comics. All right. Here we go. And that leads finally to the very last box. This is I told this big haul. We've been at this 1 hour and an hour and a half. Wow. Okay, that's about the size of a normal live stream. And I've got what looks like 4 boxes of trades here and 1 box of comics for the sale part pile. Didn't keep as much as I thought I was going to be because, well, like I said. Alrighty. Now, these are going to be in the auction. Some of them have price tags on them, but I found out the price tags come off pretty well. So before I put them in the auction, I will be getting rid of the price tags. Okay. And let's see. There we go. I'll be doing the same thing with these that I did with Ultra Reverse. Where is... I need a bag and backing board. There we go. All right. Put between the comics and my leg. I don't know if you guys have ever sat for a while. It's like you don't want sweaty leg in comic books. They don't they don't mix. All right. You're laughing because I know you've done that, right? Mm-hmm. All righty, next up we have these. By the way, if you've never read Impact, they are kind of family-friendly-ish and just a lot of fun. They really are. Based on the MLJ, the Archie stuff, I read these and would let the kids read these when they were younger. And I think that's what helped get them to now manga. All right, so we have Jaguar, issue number 2. Do you remember these books, Elizabeth? The Fly and all that? And Jaguar number 3. You might have been too young.
Yeah, I don't remember.
All right. And then we have Jaguar issue number 9.
Apparently, those Fly comics are in 3D today.
I know, fucking hell, seriously. I'm gonna hold on. I know there was one that was a little bit roughed up. That the Legend of Shield. Destroy the camera. Almost. I didn't want to hit the camera. I would have gotten it. All right. All right. We have issue number 10 and issue number 11. And then we have the Legend of Shield annual number 1. And this is part of EarthQuest crossover. We have Legend of Shield issue number 3. We have the Fly all over the freaking place. There's just 2 of them. They're just being, and that's all you need. That's all you need to be annoying. Just 2 flies. Here's the Fly issue number 15. All right. And then we have the Fly issue number 13. The Fly is the best of the bunch, by the way. These things are so much fun. It's the one also Ashley glommed onto. You know, as I mentioned, I was reading them to him. And this is Lynn Straszewski and Mike Parabek. This was her favorite. I thought it would be Jaguar, you know, because it's a girl comic. Nope, the Fly was so cool. And that's issue number 11. Impact was a good line. My grandparents would pick them up for me, says Dark Admiral. And we have issue number 10. And here is issue number 9. Number 8. And we have issue number 7. And then we have a book called The Web, and this is issue number 11. Issue number 10. Number 9. And number 8. Number 7. Number 5. Missed that number 6. Come on. Come on. Be good. Be good. Be good. All right. There we go. Issue number 4. Here's issue number 3. Next up, we have The Comet, and this is issue number 13. What's up?
I would say real quick, I got to get going.
Okay, sir. Well, thanks for hanging around.
Oh, no. I said, yeah, I just ran out of time for this, and I will see you tonight for the cover challenge.
Doctor Strange.
All right. See you tonight.
All righty. Have a good one. Next up, we had Comet number 14 and issue number 17. And then something called The Crusaders. And it looks like it's a crossover. This is issue number 2. And we have issue number 3. Because it's got all the characters. Here's issue number 4. And we have book 5 and issue number 7. And part of that Earth Quest is the Fly annual number 1. That's part 4, the Earth Quest. Okay. And then we have Fly issue number 1 and Fly issue number 2. And here is issue number 3 and issue number 4 and issue number 5. Now, these are a little rough shape. If I sell these as a set, I'm not going to count them in the price. Here's issue number 6. And then we've got The Legend of the Shield again, and this is issue number 14 and issue number 15. And remember, the Shield is, of course, the very first patriotic hero ever to have its own solo series. All right, now we have issue number 16, and that's ever in the history of comics. We have The Web, EarthQuest Part 1. If we have all 4 parts, or if we have all the parts of EarthQuest, I'm going to pull them together and make a series. We have The Web issue number 1 and issue number 2. And here's issue number 5 of the Shield. And let's see, issue number 6 and issue number 7 issue number 8. Guys, I highly recommend these. I know they're just family friendly kind of things. The art is bright, the colors are bright, and the stories are a hell of a lot of fun. That was issue number 9, and here's issue number 10, and here's issue number 11, and here's issue number 12. Wow, that's almost like a complete run of the Shield. And here's issue number 13, and then here's issue number volume 3 or part 3 of the Earth Quest. So I think that's the entire thing right there, and I'll put them together. Here is issue number 2 of the comic, and issue number 3 of the comic, issue number 4, number 5. Ready? We have issue number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9. Wow. Issue number 10, number 11, and issue number 12. So that is all of the, I believe that's all the Impact comics and such. Let's move on here. This is the last leg of this giveaway. We've been going on for quite a while because there have been quite a few books. Thank you very much for everybody who's stuck through, and thank you very much for Eric for hanging out as long as he could, and Evil Black Cat's here for whatever colorful commentary he might have. Alrighty. Goodness. This has got to be in the dollar books, but we have an issue number 268 of Amazing Spider-Man. Alrighty. And next up, we've got issue number 92 of Superman's best friend, or Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. There we go. Got to get that into a bag and backing board quick. We have the Amazing Spider-Girl. That's issue number 2. Alrighty. Kind of dig on that Amazing Spider-Girl stuff. And here we have Amazing Spider-Girl issue number 28. All right, here's some Steel. That's issue number 1. We were talking yesterday. This is Eric's favorite Dickory cover. Superman. It's called Super Dickory. A lot of covers have Superman being a dick on them, and this one has Superman bursting in to the Daily Planet offices. And he says, "I'll tell you why I'll never marry you, Lana, or you, Lois. Who wants a wife so stupid she doesn't realize I'm Superman? And when I take off my Clark Kent glasses." So there you go. It was a good Super Dickory. Next up, we have Amazing Spider-Girl number 20.
So the question they had in the future is, how dumb was she?
Yeah. Here's Amazing Spider-Girl number 1. And we have Spectacular Spider-Girl number 1. We have Secret Wars 2, number 6. Cadillac and Dinosaurs, issue number 1. The Avengers, 263. This is actually pretty good, but this is the last issue of a book called Chariot. And Avengers, number 261. And Eclipse. That was the company I was thinking with the Chuck Dixon stuff. This isn't Chuck Dixon. This is Timothy Truman, but this is called The Prowler. It's issue number 4. We've got American Flag issue number 29. Oh, that one's pretty rough. It might not even make it to the, yeah. All right. We have issue number 3 of the official index of Marvel Team Up. A little wraparound cover right there. We have issue number 253 of The Amazing Spider-Man. And we have an extreme book called Judgment Day with Youngblood. Untold Tales of Spider-Man, where he meets up with the X-Men. And we have The Exterminators, issue number 3. And we have The Punisher, issue number 6. Oh, all right, good stuff, man. Okay, next up, we've got issue number 2 of the original Ghost Rider. Issue number 3 of the original Ghost Rider. Say again? Oh, I thought you were going to say something. I heard the mic.
Oh, no, I was going to say I need to drop out and go cook dinner.
Okay, you have a good time, man.
All right.
Appreciate it. Like I said, I'm on the tail end of this, but thanks for hanging out as long as you could. Here's issue 2 of the Mighty Crusaders.
If it's the tail end, I can stick around for a bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. There you go. That right here is the very last lot of it, last bit of it.
All right.
There you go. All right. Let's see. We have Black Lightning and Hong Kong Phooey. And Aquaman and Jabberjaw. This one I do particularly like. Flash and Speed Buggy. Next up, Spider-Girl, issue number 100. That's a double size. And then we have Spider-Girl issue 99. Spectacular Spider-Girl issue number 2. Can we get a 3 and 4? Amazing Spider-Girl number 17. And then Spider-Girl number 98. I forgot what it was. Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, issue 139 with Don Rickles. Starman, issue number 8 from the other Starman. This is issue number 11. Issue number 17. Issue number 18. Come on, come on. There we go. Now we have issue number 19. Issue number 20. Issue number 26. Scorpio Rose number 2. And original Ghost Rider number 4. So I think we got the entire miniseries of that. Let's see. We've got Satan 6, issue number 1. That's awesome. Some Jack Kirby stuff. Once again, these are going to be in either this week's auction or next week's auction. I'm going to start with the trades first and put together lots. I usually do 20 lots in an auction, and whatever's left of that, I'm going to fill it up with comics. Oh, I think Doc Strange kept the Strange Tales numbering, and Nick Fury spun off with a new number 1. Yep, yeah, that is what happened with that. This is issue number 10 of American Flag, and we have issue number 8 of American Flag, issue number 7 of American Flag, issue number 5, number 4, and then we have issue number 1 of the George Perez Wonder Woman run, which is awesome. Need to get that into a bag and backing board as well. That's so more big doggish. Okay, let me get these in the back. Aha! We've got more of Shadow of the Bat. We had issue number 3. This is issue number 2. Hopefully a 1 and a 4 is in there somewhere. We have Legends of the World's Finest, and this is issue number 1. Sleepwalker, issue number 4. We had a couple of them. One, two, I think. Yeah, a couple of them. Issue number 25, and it's shiny. So shiny. And we have issue number 10 of Spawn with Cerebus, yes again. And another one. And then we have Sleepwalker number 8. Sleepwalker number 10, Sleepwalker number 11, Sleepwalker number 13, Sleepwalker number 14, Sleepwalker number 15, number 16, number 17, number 19, whoops, missed that 18. And we have issue number 20, 22, and 23. Okay, and the last bits. Oh, and Weird Adventure Comics with the Spectre. Isn't this the first one? Yeah, it's issue number 433. There we go. That is awesome. Some of these I really do need to get into bag and backing boards pretty darn quick. I don't know the numbers on these. Oh, this is issue number 84, Bugs Bunny. All right. Let's see. We have Giant Size Harvey, issue number 14, starring Sad Sack. And here we have Sad Sack, issue number 120. It's a 10 center, so it's probably late 50s. And then we have issue number 203. And here we have Thor, issue number 156. And we have Superman trying to kill Lois Lane, They're in space. This is Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, issue 81.
He had it coming.
Yeah, of course they all do. They all do. Alrighty. Then we have Spin and Marty from Dell. This is based on a TV show from Disney. And then we have Walt Disney's Comics and Stories. And this is issue number 262. And we have Walt Disney's Comics and Stories issue 261. And here is Walt Disney's Comics and Stories issue number 260. And here is issue number 257. New Funnies by Walter Lantz. There you go. And we have Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse Comics, number 41. And we have Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse, and this does not have a number on it. Oh, there it is, 52. It's on the back. And then we have issue number 46. And we have issue number, doesn't say. This is the February issue. That's all said. That's Gold Key, though. At Gold Key, you're dealing with reprints of the Dells. Wow, this one is in decent condition. And this is Looney Tunes. This Bugs Bunny right there. I mean, it's got some dirt right there. You see that? That's actually pretty cool. And we've got Gold Key Porky Pig. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Oh, and issue number 3 of the Untold Tales Legends of Batman. There you go, guys. There you go. That is that. That's everything I got over at Eric's. I enjoyed it. He's a good guy. I got to his house. Once again, Eric, Evil Black Cat, I did have to travel past a cemetery to get to him. I thought that was funny as hell. I ring the doorbell. He opens it up. My first thought is, he's taller than I thought he was. I saw his when I saw his room tour, and of course we always see him sitting down. I thought he would come to my shoulders, but we're about the same height. You know, he is. I'm still a little bit taller, but I'm not a tall guy. The highest I got was 5'11". I'm around 5'10" right now. You do shrink, by the way. That is reality. But yeah, he's about yay tall. He gave me the house tour, and I'm telling you guys, the video doesn't do it justice, because when he's giving you the house tour, he is only showing you one bit at a time. You know, okay, well, here's my annuals. This is the Marvel Masterworks. This is, you know, here are my Treasury editions, that kind of thing. So you're only really seeing one part of it, but it is something when you are standing in a room and the entire thing is surrounded by awesomeness. You know, every freaking bit of his house. If it had an open sign, he would be the greatest comic book shop I've ever been in. Seriously.
Yeah, I did mention in that video, like one of his rooms is bigger than my LCS, the old LCS.
Yeah. Just to give you a little, see if I can give a picture. So I walk in and he says, "Hey, I know it's a long trip. You want anything? Can I get you a soda or water?" I had been drinking soda. It's like, for me, the road trip snack is root beer and Cheetos. So I have had so much sugar. I say, "Yeah, water." So we walk down the hall, and right away, there are long boxes. He told me that this is what he's doing. You know, he prices comics for the comic shop, and he was able to get some work out of it. And on the other side is this movie collection. It's pretty good. I told him at my peak movie collecting, I had him beat. Now I don't, but at my peak, yeah, because I was a big movie collector. As much as I know about comics, I know more about movies. So we walk in, he gets me the water, and right away I look off to the side. A room he didn't show in the tour is his baseball room. If you ever watch him on the live streams, he's always like this because he's watching baseball. This man's obsessed with baseball. He had just notebooks full of cards, and they're all lined. They're all dated. And we walk into the living room, and I got to see what we all see. You know, he's sitting there. You see the North by Northwest poster, the Avengers, and so forth and so on. And I was like, okay, here's the base of operations. And of course, there are books and stuff all over the place. And I noticed those big. There are these big Golden Age and Silver Age books. Now I've got the smaller version. He's got the big ass version. It came with a carrying case. I noticed those. Those were awesome. He's got a huge collection of hard case and everything, hard case novels. And he says, "Hey, you want to take the tour?" Okay, sure. And he walks upstairs. I make a, we go across. He shows me the boxes.
While you were in the living room, did you find the magic behind, did you find the secret of the magic couch?
Yeah. There is a Santa bag. It's red, and there's a skeletal hand still holding on to it, which I think is actually Santa Claus's hand. Yeah, the fact that he could pull whatever we're talking about right out of but we go into one room, and I see a whole bunch of hardcovers and everything. It's the archives, it's the omnibuy, and all sorts of stuff. He points out to the boxes that I'll be taking with me a little bit later, and VENKMAN's box. Not my job to do an unboxing of VENKMAN's stuff. I'm going to send it to him, and it'll be up to him. And then we go upstairs, and my first thought was, I said, "Oh, it's like a Hard Rock Hotel," because he's got, he works in a movie. He's very much into music, and he has like album cover pictures and such like that all the way up, and it leads to the villains from Batman '66. Huge, big, colorful poster. It's beautiful. It really is. And then you turn, and there's Batman and Robin from 1966. Big, huge, colorful posters, and then another shelf which has on top, the one thing I noticed was a lot of those Fawcett Charlie Brown books. They're about yay big. They put out in the 70s. I had a few for sale in the auction, and then just a bunch of pulp novels and such like that. It's really impressive. Go into his main comic book room. It's kind of funny. That's the main comic book room when there's like comics everywhere. And just look around. He's got the treasuries and everything. It's really nice. And I look up, and there's that crime suspense. I've never seen one in real life in my entire life. The crime suspense story where the severed head and the woman's dead body on. Yeah, it is. It's amazing. But it was really nice. We wanted to hang out. Didn't want to just take books and go. I mean, this is meeting my very good friend. One of my best friends these days. I've grown up with the same friends forever. Like the friends IRL that I have now are the friends that I had when I was 12. But I got married, they got married, and we kind of scatter, and now it's all emails. It happens. So I'm very happy to have met someone I consider a very good friend, but we've only ever talked. It's the same with the RDB. Looking forward to meeting him. I've only ever talked to him online. So it was really nice. We decided to go grab lunch, and I was very happy that he decided, okay, let's go to this local burger joint. And because if I'm going to a different town, I don't want to go to Chili's or, something you can get anywhere. And it was really cool. It was just a little diner place. The burgers were that freaking thick. They knew how to make burgers, man. Got the black and blue, which I asked, why is it black? I see the blue. The blue is the blue cheese. Why is it black? Like, do you put, and Eric says, do you put Cajun on it or something?
You hang out with Zach too much.
Yeah. No, I want the black. I'm different than Zach. Give me the Cajun or the whatever you need to blacken that burger. I'm fine with it. But it was just the name. It ended up being fucking delicious. It really was. It was really good stuff. But yeah, it was really nice. We had good conversation. There was a bit of awkwardness as we sat down, and there was a little bit, okay, we always talk comics and shit online, but what are we going to say? And the thing is when I'm with Gail, she and I used to rate restaurants, and we still do, actually. We just don't do it online. When we're eating, we'll go, I find this to be blah, 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 because we used to go to Disney restaurants all the time, and we would rank them. We would review them. Well, I'm sitting there with Eric. I said, well, I said what they need is so and so, and I said, and I look at it. He's looking at me like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But okay, I stopped doing that. We kind of had a good, we ended up having a good conversation. And yeah, I'm very happy I got to meet my friend. It's very nice. Can't beat local spots when it comes to film. I agree. That's one thing I was looking for here. I mean, there's a Ruby Tuesday. We don't have Ruby Tuesdays in Orlando anymore. Same as I noticed he had a Bob's Frisch's Big Boy. And I used to love that as a kid. And I mentioned that to Eric, and he was like, "Yeah, it ain't that great." And I was like, "Oh man, how can you remember that?" No, he's got one right around the corner, so he knows it ain't that great. I have no idea because I've got nostalgia goggles for the place I could go get a free comic book while I had my lunch. But yeah, it was really nice. I love getting. It's like around here. I look for the local shit. Occasionally we'll go to Ruby Tuesdays because they got a salad bar, an actual big ass like old school salad bar. And yes, occasionally this fat ass eats salad. But there you go. But it was nice. Michael, let me see if I can't find this for you here. Let's see. Oh, nope, not there. We need to go to YouTube's. We need to go to the YouTubes. All right, and we are going to be searching Eric Breen. It should be the only one. Of course, see, all the stuff that really pops up is not his as much as it's going to be all the stuff that he's been on. Here we go. Eric Breen. Eric does not do a lot of videos. As a matter of fact, his last video was 2 years ago. But the one that everybody will talk to you about is his tour. And we have one Ruby Tuesdays left. Love the salad. I know, right? That's what I go for, man. Seriously, I go for the salad bar. Definitely don't go for the ribs because they've got plastic ribs. Okay, here is the video he made giving a tour of the house. I highly recommend it. That being said, guys, it is 2 o'clock and I have been sitting on this hardwood floor. Actually, I'm just kidding. I've got a blanket down here, but I need to go through these and figure out what's going to be in the auction. So thank you very much to Eric for all the books, for being for having me over at his house yesterday, for going out to lunch and so forth and so on. Which, by the way, we split the check. I wasn't about to have an auction, and then because it looked like he might have paid, like he was thinking about paying the check, or it was like, no, you're not doing that. And I told it because how many checks? I was like 2. Because I just had an auction to pay for it. I'm not gonna. I would have felt bad if that happened. But once again, guys, thank you very much for all of that, and thank you very, very much for Eric for donating the books. They're going to be in the auction tonight, 10:30. We are going to talk about some Doctor Strange covers. It was Dalton's birthday yesterday. We were supposed to do it yesterday, but I was too tired after the drive and everything. And knowing I had a movie to go to, I went to see Deadpool. That we just didn't do it, but we're doing it tonight. So we're going to talk about the Doctor Strange covers. So please join us for that. Yeah, there you go. Show up at 10:30 tonight. Thank you very much for hanging out. Don't forget to click like, share, subscribe. Going over to Ko-Fi, drop $1 in the tip jar. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good day.
Later, folks.
Fun.